Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to go through a brief kind of walkthrough as it relates to Blackboard for our course. For those of you that are here for the first time, it it may not have any impact on you if you've been at Robert Morris and you have worked with Blackboard in the previous versions in the past. It may be a bit of a difference for you. Eventually, all of our courses are going to be moving to what is known as Blackboard Ultra. And so, in order to kind of continue down that pathway and allow myself to get some advanced training, I opted to move our course to Blackboard Ultra now. And so that's why, if it does for you, why our course looks slightly different than perhaps you're used to from the past, and or from potentially other courses that you might be working with in Blackboard even this semester. Just a couple of things that I want to point out to you, and I'm going to just adjust one item here. I'm going to make this visible to students, and I'm going to go into what is called a student preview, just so that as I'm showing you this, we can kind of mirror what your view really should be. And so as you go into our main course, you're going to see a couple of buttons up here. Your main areas where you will be focused, obviously content, but then throughout the next couple of weeks, you'll be working on some discussion posts, and so discussions will be important. Obviously, your grade book and any announcements that we may have. I don't have any announcements up there yet. I will be sending one, obviously, as we start to prepare for the beginning of our class on Saturday. But right now, I don't have anything there. So I'm going to focus on the content area. And as of right now, you're only going to see, initially, when you come into the course, you're going to see start here, which is the welcome, and then you're going to see weeks 1 and 2. All of those will be in a different drop-down menu, so to speak. And so in order to maneuver through, for example, it says welcome, start here. I also added some fancy little graphics there just to kind of just get you into the mindset and understanding of where we're at in terms of the course itself. So I'm going to click right here, and immediately you're going to see all of these different areas drop down. So for instance, course introduction. So I'm going to click on course introduction. It's going to open another pane, so to speak, for you, where you'll be able to read through the information that's posted in course introduction. Once you read through this, two options. Right up here, you can obviously either close that window, or you can continue using next, which will then take you to the instructor profile. So if I click next, again, that's going to take you to that next area. And if I close out of here, we started course introduction, and then we went to instructor profile. So much of the information that's included within this welcome start here component or content area is so vitally important. Obviously, just a little bit about myself. It has the course syllabus, acceptable online behavior, particularly if you've never engaged in an online course before, specifically at the college level. There's some minimum technology requirements, technical skills required for students, and the like. So you can read through those different things. Obviously, some of those are going to be more pertinent to you specifically for the course. Obviously, you want to make sure that you read through the course syllabus. Then when we move to week 1, again, I'm just going to click on the overall header, and it will bring me to the week 1 outline, which is where you're going to want to focus each week. So when I click on that week 1 outline, now forgive me, some of these are still in the development phase. And so as I move down here, you'll see some of these items that are in red, simply because I haven't finished all of those yet. Each week of our course is going to be set up exactly as you see it here. And so it will have the week outline, the week number outline, so week 1, week 2, and so on. I'll have the dates there listed for you. And our course will, obviously our course opens on Saturday. And so what I'm going to get into the practice of is ensuring that everything is open for you by Saturday of each week. Now, initially, like I said, I'm only going to have weeks 1 and 2 open because those are finished at this point. As I continue to move through development, preparing the class, and completing weeks 3 through 8, I will continue to just populate those for you. And so I am not going to release on a week-to-week basis. Okay, content will be available to you as it's literally available to me. So once I finish with development of a particular week, I'll go ahead and open it to you. And so again, overall structure is going to be basically the same for each week. You'll start out with an overview about what we're going to cover, where our focus will be for the upcoming week, student learning objectives, the readings that I need you to complete, as well as lecture slides for you. We will have a separate area that identifies any assignments for the week. And so as you can see in week 1, you will have 2 discussion posts and then a summary. Now, as you look at each of those items, specifically the discussions, in parentheses it says under discussions. So that will mean for you, you need to go back out to the main content area, and there will be a section labeled discussions for you. Same thing with summary. As you see summary number 1, it tells you or indicates under article summaries, you'll again be able to find more information. And then this last section is what I consider to be your weekly guide. It's a step-by-step what you need to do to make sure that everything is completed for this current week. And so, obviously I have on here, begin the course by reading any announcements, review all content located under the Start Here menu, and then you can read down throughout. For each of your chapters, I will have what I'm considering to be instructor guides. And so those are going to be more or less recorded lectures for you. So you will be able to read along in the textbook, and then you will have a set of slides for yourselves, which are located right up here where it says slides. And the lecture slides are there in PDF form. But then you can come down here, and where it says watch instructor guides, you'll be able to click on those. There will be links there, and it will take you to my instructor guide or my quote-unquote lecture that I will do for each chapter. Okay, and again, this just kind of walks through what needs to be done, all of the assignments, all of the activities, anything that you need to do throughout. Okay, so if I close out of that, as I mentioned before, there's an area titled Article Summaries. And so here, Article Summaries. Now you'll see, here is an article or journal summaries. And when I click on this, all of the instructions for the 2 article summaries that you must complete through the 8 weeks, those instructions are here. Okay. Now, when I close out of that, you will then see article summary number 1 with its due date and article summary number 2 with its due date. So you can click on that. Those are actual assignments. And so again, you will be able to click on the summary or the assignment itself. It tells you when the due date is. It gives you the grading rubric if there is one, in which I plan on having one for every assignment that I ask you to complete. The maximum point value, and then specific instructions that are there for you. You go back to the content area, which we're actually already there. Down at the very bottom of that content area, there are some, again, additional helpful information such as Blackboard basics, information relating to the bookstore, the library, and many other topics that are here. Lastly, in this discussion area, you will see, and again, these will start to populate as I complete those. And so you have an introductory forum that's here, and you can read through. When I click on the actual forum, it's in a neater format so that you can see what the actual specifics will tell you. When I'm in this view, not so neat, not so clean, okay? And so what I would recommend is that you click onto, or into, I should say, the actual form itself. Now, you'll notice when you first go into a discussion forum, you're not going to see any replies. Even if 10 of your classmates have replied to it, you will not see anything until you have entered your own response. And then after you enter your response, you'll be able to see other responses that other students have posted. And then you'll be able to reply to those as, the instructions indicate. That is just a bit about Blackboard itself, some of the areas where you need to maneuver. This last area, let me go into this real quick. Again, there's no announcements yet. I will be posting one before we have our first day of class, so be on the lookout for that. But other than that, if you have any specific questions, how to submit assignments, how to do anything within Blackboard, please let me know. We'll work through it together. I am still learning with Blackboard Ultra. It is a lot more tricky than I originally had anticipated. So again, we'll all be learning together. But if you have questions, be sure to let me know.